Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are back today with a quick update video here with respect to the game files being updated now for next week. So we know kind of what's already in the pipeline based on their announcement, but as well, taking a look at the data mines, we can see kind of also what's additional to that. Now, I do want to point out, ladies and gentlemen, that remember, we still have this Curse of Eternity, the first ISO Purple 5 event here. Still 1 day, 7 hours remaining. And keep in mind, that's also tied back to the Blood Rain and as well as the Plague Rising Alliance milestones there. So in case you guys aren't aware, take advantage of what's left remaining. That's going to be a nice infusion of ISO Purple 4 and 5. Now, you may have seen this as well live yesterday, right? We do have Zombie Kestrel event now officially in-game. So this has kind of been the focus, obviously, leading into Halloween. But you can see this event, this massive horde campaign event is going to be here for the next 12 days. For those of you that aren't aware, you can actually just farm the nodes here respectively each day for additional Undying Orb fragments. And we actually haven't opened an orb yet, so I'm going to go ahead and do that on screen here just because I am curious. I haven't taken a look at, you know, what exactly the shard count looks like, right? But thankfully, with these zombie characters, they're typically pretty, you know, low unlock. So I think she's only 45 shards. So left and right pillar are not guaranteed, but then the middle is going to give you at least 2 to 20, which means if you want to get her unlocked, you do have to probably farm some additional campaign energy via power cores, and that's going to get you some more shards there. Ooh, purple. So good stuff. That's already, see that right there, that was 1 orb. That's already 10 shards out of the 45. So again, you have to, we do have 12 days for this, which is nice, but remember, this generates campaign energy over time, and you do have to farm these nodes. May or may not have to refresh. Either way, if we're getting about an orb a day, 12 orbs over the, yeah, you know, honestly, yeah, you only have to core a bit, actually. You just need a couple of good drops here and there, but I mean, guaranteed minimum, we're going to get at least 24 to, I would say, 28 shards if you're not coring at all. So you just have to do a little bit if you want to get that unlocked there. And I would recommend it because of the fact that, like, even if you don't plan on bringing up Undying, like myself, getting the unlock is important for just later on if you ever need the characters, then you can decide to invest on her. But otherwise, yeah, that's probably my game plan. I'm probably just going to get her unlocked, and then I'll leave that where it is. Okay. And then lastly, guys, just don't forget, as always a reminder, to check the Broken King stuff going on. Because remember, this is the last week, last chance here for Blastar Shards, in addition to, obviously, his Scourge event that we were able to absolutely crush by just doing 4 nodes, guys. If you're also curious on that, I'll link down in the description below. We just needed to do 3 to 4 nodes, and then you can easily get actually the 7 red on him, especially if you have some Gear Tier 19, Gear Tier 20 characters ready to go for Age of X as well. So that was a nice little freebie. All right, let's talk about some of the things that are upcoming. Remember, next week is going to be Blue Marvel, right? His release is coming into the game, so it's going to be interesting to see what works, what doesn't, in terms of team synergies. We'll be watching the Spenders, the Whales, very closely to see that before we make any kind of investment whatsoever. And remember, they did just announce now the Immortal Weapon, so that is a team that's coming up very, very soon here in regards to, you know, the next team release as part of our daily raid requirement. And having said that, that's why we also see this in the name mines now, which is that Lady Bullseye. She is going to be entering the game in a limited time event, as you can see, by simply just logging in, battling in raids, and then as well as completing the event by purchasing points to unlock at a discount. Very, very similar to Sebastian Shaw and Living Mummy promotion. So that means there's going to be very likely 25 shards of her being available and accessible before her eventual release here into the game. And then we know with Chapter 3, the highlight is going to obviously be the new legendary character in Thunderstrike. Blastar's tandem, his battling partner, if you will, is going to make these 2 characters thrive even more in the Cosmic Crucible game setting. So we're going to have those daily resets here on the monthly day. You can see here the objectives in the command center to earn Thunderstrike shards, and usually we can get the unlock within the first month, so that's going to be exciting. But obviously it's going to take a few weeks here with the shards that they want to pay out over time here. But you can see similar, these sigils are going to be the new currency, as they noted in the blog, and that's going to give us that opportunity here to purchase, you know, character shards, Gear Tier 20 pieces, L4 training modules, so forth. Race to Blue Marvel, like I said earlier, this is going to be the big highlight for next week, so we'll be keeping a close eye on, you know, they're probably going to get it done in a few days, so we'll see which teams and synergies work, and that's what we're going to likely invest in as well, especially given that they've noted Insidious, Brimstone, Fantastic Four, you know, all of them are having value in terms of just passives and what's going to be provided to them in the actual event itself. But it remains to be seen which synergies are going to be actually successful. So that's what we'll be keeping a close eye on. And then lastly, guys, remember they always give these events here, like this Mystic Training. And that's obviously a nod to the new Mystic Raid team coming, but there's gonna be some opportunities to get some additional resources if you wait before you bring those characters up. But you can see they kind of switched up the requirements a little bit. You simply just have to play a battle with Lady Bullseye, and then as well, if you have Lady Bullseye unlocked already, you can actually get some additional points there. So I'm not sure if that's maybe a typo, because if you see and take a look at some of these other training events, right? Typically, it's tied back to, you know, leveling characters up, as you can see with bio training, like chaining any bio to level 105. So I don't know if that maybe that's just some bonus things, like kind of what we see here, right? If you get Zombie Kestrel unlocked, you're gonna get some significant more points here in terms of just some gear 220. So not crazy rewards at the end of the day, but it is a bit of an infusion there if you want to juice up your roster a little bit for Age of X progression, of course. Now, I do want to point this out real quickly, ladies and gentlemen. Remember that the antimatter, we still have, even though it sounds like the new Sigil story is going to be live next week with Thunderstrike chapter and so forth, we still have 11 days remaining for antimatter. So personally for myself, I've been buying training modules. I've been taking a look at gear tier 20 pieces that I need. And then obviously I've been farming character shards that aren't yet farmable, right? Like the Insidious 6 characters here, you know, bringing up some of my respective Hell Club members, so that way they're going to be at 5, 6 stars respectively. Hobgoblin, I already got him at 6 stars, so I'm going to stop there. But yeah, remember also Living Mummy, you know, he's coming into the game actually tomorrow, so he's going to be in the antimatter store as well, so just save a bit there. But again, I'm taking a close look at training modules, gear tier 20 pieces, and of course character shards that aren't yet farmable, because that should be the focus right now, especially now that our supply is dwindling and this is the last of the antimatter that's available. So there you guys have it, folks. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys think. Are you pumped for the next week or so, especially with Blue Marvel's release? Definitely going to be exciting. I'll keep you guys up to date as well if there's any more information on things coming to the game, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.